Hey, Sports World, another episode of Sports with Psycho Sam. Today is the Thursday night season opener, the Packers against the Bears. That's the 100th year in the season of the NFL. And I'm going to go ahead and just dive right in and make my predictions on the year. I'm also going to talk about the Monday night game with the Broncos. And I'm also going to do tonight's game. So we'll start with that one. I think the Bears are going to take this one against the Packers. I'm going to go ahead and say 24-20. And I only say that because they have a new head coach over there in Green Bay. And I don't think their defense is as good as the Chicago Bears defense. I think the Bears defense is what's going to win the game. I'm not too big on Mitch Trubisky or the receivers over there in Chicago. Excuse me. But yeah, so I think the Bears are going to win because of defense, and that's to say if Mitch Trubisky has a decent game, if he doesn't turn the ball over. He's kind of up and down. You never know what you're really going to get out of him. But he's still young, he's still learning, so it takes a little while to get, at the level that you want to be. But yeah, so that's my prediction for tonight's game, and these are going to be my prediction on the records for everybody this year. And we're going to start off with the AFC West. I think my Broncos are going to go 9-7. We have a new coach, we have a new system, new quarterback Joe Flacco, and it all depends on the run game. And our defense is going to carry us through most of our games. It also depends on that offensive line, man. The offensive line is what's going to hurt us. And also our inside linebackers, man. They got to cover this year. They got to get after them running backs and them tight ends. If Bradley Chubb and Von Miller can get after the quarterback like that Super Bowl run that we had, Super Bowl 50 run, then we'll be in good shape. If they do even better, that's even greater, So yeah, I'm hoping we get after the quarterback and our defense leads the way. But hopefully the offense surprises me, man, and we do a really good job. I think the Chiefs are going to be 11-5. I don't think their defense is as good as everybody else thinks. And I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to be putting up no 50 touchdowns, and I don't think Tyreek Hill is going to do as good either. So yeah, so I got them 11-5. The Chargers, I only have them at 7-9 because of all the injuries that they have, and Melvin Gordon holding out. Derwin James, man, he was their key to their defense last year, so that's a big hurt to them. So yeah, I see them going 7-9. The Raiders I got at 5-11. Man, they're a mess again this year. Having problems with Antonio Brown and just everything like that. And then also the defense is still not good. So I don't see them doing good this year either. Then we're going to go ahead and go to the AFC East. You have the Patriots. I got the Patriots at being 12-4. It's the Patriots. There's nothing else to be said. Bills, I got going 6-10. I think they'll do okay this year. Not good. I don't think they'll have a winning record though. The Dolphins, they're gonna reboot. So I think, and it's a new coach, Brian Flores. They're gonna go 2-12, I believe. They're gonna be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. And then the Jets, I see them going even at 8-8. Their defense isn't as good as it should be, and also Sam Darnold is still learning. So yeah, that's why I have them going 8-8. The AFC North, I have the Ravens winning that division, going 11-5. I see them running the ball mostly and relying on that defense of theirs. I think their defense is going to be a top 5 defense this year. So yeah, I have them winning 11-5. The Bengals I got going 4-12. I don't really see anything good coming out of the Bengals this year. The Browns I got going 10-6. I think the beginning of the year they're going to struggle a little bit, having all the new pieces, and not having that cohesion that you need. And also, I don't think their defense is going to be as good as everybody else thinks. I still think they're going to struggle a little bit on the defensive side. So I have them going 10-6. The Steelers I got going 6-10. Big changes there. I just don't think that everything's going to work out for them this year. I think they're going to go 6-10. I just don't think that they're going to have a good year. The AFC South, I have the Texans going 6-10. I don't think they're going to be that great this year. I think they're going to struggle a little bit on defense, and that offensive line is terrible. I don't think they're going to do very well protecting Deshaun Watson. Also, the Colts, I got them going 3-13. I think they're going to be one of the worst teams this year. Andrew Luck just retired. Their defense don't look too good, and I don't see them having much of a running game. The Jags, I got them going 11-5 and winning the division. I think their defense will be good this year, and I think Nick Foles will change the whole atmosphere there, and they'll have a quarterback that can manage a game. And then the Titans, I have the Titans going 9-7, and I think they'll be a little bit better on defense. Mike Vrabel over there, I believe. I think they'll be doing a good job this year with Marcus Mariota and Derrick Henry, and those wide receivers will break out this year. So yeah, I have them going. Cardinals, I got 3-13. Kyler Murray and the new coach Cliff Kingsbury, I don't think are going to do so well this year. David Johnson has to really step it up, and that defense I don't think is going to be good at all this year. The Rams I got going 13-3. I mean, they're going to have one of the best offenses, and they're winning that division. They're going to be good this year again. They'll drop a little bit in defense, though, I believe. And the 49ers I got going 8-8. They're going to be a little bit better depending upon the quarterback play and how that defense goes. We'll see. I expect them to be better on defense this year, though. The Seahawks I got going 10-6 because of Russell Wilson. I mean, that guy is just magical. Believe it or not. Not too big on the Seahawks, but I got to give credit where it's due. Russell Wilson is a baller, and they get it done there in Seattle. NFC East, I have the Cowboys winning this division, going 11-5. Ezekiel Elliott signed the contract. They just have a massive offensive line, and Dak Prescott is a pretty good quarterback, and their defense is pretty good as well. DeMarcus Lawrence gets after the quarterback, and Leighton Vander Esch was a good linebacker for them last year, and I see him doing it again this year. The Eagles I got going 9-7. It depends on where Carson Wentz takes them. They go if he goes. The Giants I got going 5-11. All they have is Saquon Barkley, man. They don't have wide receivers. Eli is not as good as he used to be, and I don't see their defense being good. And the Redskins, I got them going 4-12. Case Keenum, Dwayne Haskins. I don't really see them doing much. I don't really see them doing any run game. Like, I just don't see anything out of the Redskins this year. NFC North, I got the Vikings winning that. I got them going 12-4. I have the Packers going 8-8. I have the Lions going 4-12, and the Bears 9-7. The Vikings are really good on defense, and I think they'll do better on offense this year. Kirk Cousins is there again. It's the second year with those wide receivers, Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs. And then you also got Dalvin Cook back this year. Hopefully he stays healthy all year. And they look to have a pretty solid offensive line right now. We'll see how that goes, though. The Packers, it's a new head coach. Rodgers isn't getting along with them already, and the defense just looks poor out there. And Randall Cobb left. So yeah, I see them struggling a little bit this year. And then the Lions, I just don't see anything good out of the Lions this year, honestly, except for TJ Hawkinson. Looks pretty good. Hopefully he gets some playing time. Really good tight end out of Iowa. The Bears, I got 9-7. I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year. Vic Fangio is our head coach of the Broncos. The Bears defense, I don't think is going to be as good as it was last year. They lost a couple key players. Bryce Callahan's on the Broncos. Adrian Amos left. So yeah, I see them struggling a little bit more on defense. And I also don't see them doing too well on offense. Mitch Trubisky is up and down quarterback at the moment. So yeah, I just don't see them beating out the Vikings, and I see them fighting with the Packers for that second spot. And the NFC South, I have the Saints winning this division. The Saints come to play every year. They got so many weapons on offense. The only thing that they're lacking kind of is on defense, but I think their defense will be a little bit better this year. I have them going 12-4. And the Falcons, I got going 10-6. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and company, Devontae Freeman. I think they do a good job on offense, and I think they'll be healthy again on defense this year. So that's why I have them going 10-6. It'll be a better year for them. And then the Panthers, I have going 9-7. Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey, and those wide receivers, I think, do a better job this year. And also, I think Christian McCaffrey gets over 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving. So yeah, those are my predictions for the Panthers. And the Bucks, I got them going 4-12. I know they have Bruce Arians as a coach. I think they'll do a little bit on offense, but I think they're going to be hurting on defense. And Jameis Winston, I just don't believe he's the quarterback there. Like I believe they need to get a new quarterback. And yeah, those are my predictions for all the divisions. And Monday night game, Broncos Raiders. All right. So I think we're gonna go ahead and take this one, and I'm gonna call it 20-17. It's gonna be a hard-fought battle against the Raiders, and the Broncos get their 500th win as a team. And it all depends upon the run game, man. We got to run the ball hard. Phillip Lindsay, Royce Freeman, you know, those guys, they really got to run the ball well. Our offensive line, it all depends upon them blocking for Joe Flacco. And Cortland Sutton and Emmanuel Sanders have to get open for Joe Flacco. And I want to see what Noah Fant does and what kind of role he has. But also on the defensive side, I want to see what Josie Jewell and Todd Davis reportedly is going to play week 1. Let's see what they do. Our inside linebackers were lacking last year. Had a hard time covering tight ends. I believe we were 31st against the pass when passing to a tight end or a running back against our inside linebackers, and that's not good. And we need Von Miller and Bradley Chubb to get after Derek Carr like no tomorrow, and see what our defensive line can do as well. And yeah, I think we'll do a pretty good job on defense. Defense is not our struggle, offense is. And I think we win the game though, Monday night, the open. So go Broncos. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you have any comments, go ahead and leave those comments as well. And also subscribe if you want to.